Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mysterious Huntsman Show. This is Paul, and it's not my normal time frame. I'm going to try and kick things out like Tuesdays or Wednesdays. But just want to let you know I had such a good response after the show the other night with Ullerson DeMori that I wanted to come on here and read a few listener emails. People are having encounters and they are wanting to be heard, and they were nice enough to reach out to me and send me their accounts. But before I do that, let me just say thank you for listening. And you can definitely find me on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, X, any place that has social media. I'm probably going to be there. So thanks again, and let's get to it. So I just wanted to read a few of the emails here just to give you an idea of what's going on out there around you. And keep them coming. By the way, if you want to write me, or even anonymously, if you don't want it aired, I would still love to read the stories and get kind of an idea of what's going on out there and what regions we're talking about. Because this thing's kind of ramping up. I don't know what it is, but we're going to keep listening, and maybe we can eventually find out what's going on, what the phenomenon is. But here we go. So the first email I got just came back with a subject header: "I don't have a name for it until your episode." Hello, Paul. I just finished listening to your episode with Ullerson DeMori, and I had to stop what I was doing halfway through. I'm not someone who usually writes in a podcast, but some of what he described hits way too close to home. Back in 2016, I was living on the edge of a national forest land in eastern Oklahoma. One night, around 2 a.m., my dogs went absolutely silent. No barking, no growling, nothing, which is very unusual. That alone was strange in itself. A few seconds later, I heard something walking around the tree line behind my property. Not footsteps exactly, heavier, only more deliberate. What froze me was when it stood up. I could hear the shift in the weight, and whatever it was, it let out a low, breathy growl, not loud, not aggressive, almost like it was letting me know it was aware of me. I never saw it clearly, just a tall silhouette with shoulders that didn't look human, but I could almost swear I saw tall ears. I told myself it was a bear, or maybe my imagination was filling in the gaps. But when your guest talked about the silence, the posture, and that feeling of being noticed, that's when I realized I might not have been wrong after all. I sold that property 2 years later, after a few more strange occurrences, and as much as I used to love the woods, I haven't camped since. Thanks for giving people a place to talk about this without being laughed at. Mark S. from Oklahoma. Thank you, Mark, and feel free to write anytime if you experience anything else. My second email is my nighttime roadside encounter. Hey, Huntsman, your Dogman episode unlocked a memory I've tried to bury for years. In 2019, I was driving a 2-lane highway through northern Michigan around midnight, coming home from work. There was no moon, no traffic, and out of nowhere, something big and dark ran across the road in front of my headlights. I slammed on the brakes thinking it was a bear until I saw how it moved. It didn't scurry on 4 legs. It ran upright on 2 legs. Long arms swinging low, knees bending backwards at an angle that made my stomach drop. Its head was forward with a long snout, very visible, and the ears were pinned back. I remember the eyes reflecting back at me. They were yellow, not white. It crossed the entire road in maybe 2 seconds and disappeared into the trees. I pulled over about a mile later and threw up on the side of the road. I'm a hunter. I know wildlife. That wasn't like anything I'd ever seen before or since. When Ullerson described the speed and the way those things move like they already know where they're going, it sent chills through me. The same thing. It was the exact same thing. Whatever these things are, they're real. Jason R. from Michigan. Thank you, Jason. All right. Third email, I was experiencing ongoing activity in the subject header. Hi, Paul. I've been listening to The Mysterious Huntsman for a while, but the episode with Ullerson finally pushed me to write in. My family owns land in southern Missouri, about 40 acres and mostly wooded. For the last 7 or 8 years, we've had strange activity that comes and goes in cycles. deep howls that don't match wolves, heavy knocking on trees, and something pacing the fence line at night, and even a loud laugh, almost like a hyena. And I've heard that report before, actually. Twice now, my husband and I have seen a tall figure standing just inside the tree line, watching the house. It never approaches, it never retreats quickly either. It just waits. And the smell is something we will never forget. Wet fur and rot. What really got me was when your guest talked about these beings possibly being territorial rather than random monsters. That definitely fits. We're not being hunted. We're being tolerated. Our livestock refuses to go near certain parts of the property now. Our trail cams malfunction whenever something big comes through, batteries drained, corrupted files. I don't know what Dogman is, or even if this is a Dogman, but I know something intelligent is sharing this land with us. Thank you so much for listening. All, Missouri. Something's going on in the Midwest. I think I'd look for a place to move to. Number 4, they claim to be the thoughtful skeptic. The email reads, I'm not convinced that it was Dogman, but something strange did happen. Hey, Paul, I wanted to write in after listening to your episode about the Dogman Ranch. I'll be up front. I'm skeptical by nature, and I don't automatically jump to cryptids or the paranormal. With that said, I can't fully explain something that happened to me either. About 5 years ago, I was camping in western Pennsylvania with 2 friends. Late at night, we heard loud movement outside our camp, followed by a series of vocalizations that didn't sound like coyotes or wolves. They were deeper, more drawn out, and spaced in a way that felt very intentional. One of my friends swore he saw something tall move between the trees, but I never got a clear visual for myself. For me, that's the sticking point. I'm hesitant to label something I didn't clearly see. And that's fair, I get it. What I appreciated about Ulysses' interview was that he didn't come across as someone chasing attention or exaggeration. So even if I don't land on Dogman as the explanation, I do think there are gaps in how we understand animal behavior and human perception in extreme environments. So I guess I'm writing from the middle ground. I'm not convinced, but I'm still listening. Thanks for keeping the conversation grounded while still open-minded. Daniel K., Pennsylvania. Well, thanks again, Daniel, and thanks again to everyone for reaching out with these emails, and please keep them coming. I love to read them. Like I said, even if you don't want to have them aired, just keep sending them in. And thanks again to Ulysses DeMori for coming on the other night. If you haven't checked it out, it's on the YouTube channel. Go check it out, or check it out on Spotify. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. And like I said, in a couple of days, I'm going to be able to drop a really cool announcement of who's coming on the show next week. But in the meantime, keep hunting, and I will talk to you guys soon.